Next, coming to the stage, Mila. Give her a big hand.
Hi, my name is Mila. Let's start this like every great story. Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Cinderella. She lived with her stepmother and two stepsisters who made her do all the housework. Luckily, her mother gave her a magic doll that did all the housework for her. One day, her stepmother sent her to the witch Baba Yaga to fetch some matches, hoping the witch Baba Yaga would eat her. Then she was kidnapped by pirates. She was sold as a slave to Egypt, and a falcon stole her shoe and gave it to the pharaoh, who thought this as a sign to marry the owner of the shoe. Then she lived in a cave with her new stepmother and stepsister, who also made her do all the housework. When Spring Festival came, she wanted to go so badly that she wished on fish bones for a beautiful dress and two silk shoes. Luckily, then she found herself living with her father and two sisters. She was burned by fire, making her look ugly. Luckily, she was able to see the rich, invisible being who healed her, and they lived happily ever after. What was that? Kidnapped by pirates, wishing on fish bones? I thought this was Cinderella. Well, actually, it's a combination of many Cinderella-like stories from around the world. Cinderella from Europe, Vasilisa from Russia, Rhodopis from Egypt, Yashan from China, and Rough-Faced Girl from Native American folklore. Cinderella is one of the most widespread fairy tales in the world. But why? We keep making this story version after version of the story. What makes this story so universal and timeless? It's really a story about women's empowerment. The oldest version is Rhodopis, dating between 7 BC and 23 AD, made for women, by women, and shared for millennia across the world. Women working on the Silk Road passed it on to China, back to Europe, into the Americas, and beyond. This was a way for women to talk about the topics of domestic labor, female violence, and friendship. Cinderella was strong and hardworking. We usually think of housework as unimportant and not a big deal. Not a real job, right? Cinderella shows us how much work it really is, spending her days cleaning, scrubbing the floors, cleaning the cleaning the fireplace. We feel bad for her. We don't say it's her duty as a woman to do all this housework, even though that was usually the case throughout history. Rhodopis was sold as a slave. The rough-faced girl was burned by fire. In most Cinderella stories, Cinderella is treated badly and abused. This is not a coincidence. Women went through a lot of violence when these stories were developed. Fathers and husbands had complete control over women. A story where a woman can escape her destiny through her own choices was empowering. By telling this story, women were rejecting the idea that men should control their lives. Who saved Cinderella? Usually, we'd answer, the prince. But who really saved Cinderella? The only reason the prince met Cinderella was because Cinderella went to the ball. The only reason Cinderella went to the ball was because her fairy godmother helped her. Even in the Russian version, Baba Yaga wants to eat Vasilisa, but Vasilisa uses her smarts to trick Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga is impressed and helps Vasilisa by burning her stepmother and stepsisters to death. Cinderella wouldn't have been able to escape her abuse without other women. Did Cinderella single-handedly start the women's rights movement? No, but she helped. Telling her story was a way for women to communicate through time and space. Can Cinderella Cinderella fix the gender inequality that still exists in the world? But but she can help. We can tell her story in new inventive ways to communicate the struggles that women still face in modern society. Thanks.